but I don't know what to do. Do you feel stuck? Is the thing that you're trying not working out, or it's taking forever? You just don't know what to do? I feel you. In this video, you are going to figure out what to do, but first, I'm gonna tell y'all my personal experience with feeling stuck and what I did to get out of it, okay? So I went through a major slump in my life. I have been going after this fitness motivational thing for what I felt like was a long time, right? And I keep constantly wanting it to grow. Well, I went through this phase where I got super stressed out. I was working a lot in my full-time job, and I had a new puppy, and I don't know, I went through this phase and literally had a breakdown. Like, I was like, I've been doing this for so long and nothing's coming from it. I just literally broke down. And I knew that I needed to do something to get out of it, right? And my things that fulfill me are reading, like personal development, because it fills me up, it builds me up. So I know that is one of the things that I needed to do. And the other thing is working out. I had kind of gotten out of my routine because I was so busy working so long. I had a puppy, which is a full-time job, if you've ever had one. And I kind of got out of that. So I knew that I needed to get back into those things that I knew would fill me up. Okay. So when I did that, I started reading, right? And then and listening too. I liked listening to different things. And then I realized that people were saying, yeah, it took me 10 years to get where I am. It took me 15 years to get where I am. And then that encouraged me because I've been at this way less time, right? In my eyes is a long time, but really there's a lot of people out there that have been at it for way longer, and now they're reaching their goals or whatever, or being super prosperous. So that was super encouraging, okay? So that starts to build me up. My workouts, I made small goals. I was like, okay, I just need to get 3 workouts in a week. That was my goal. And then I gradually built on that, right? But I started going, okay? Then more personal development. I read 2 books, okay? The first one was The Final Summit by Andy Andrews. And I've chills on my legs. You can't see them, but in there it said, when I didn't know what to do, I did something. And I was like, okay, I have major chills. I wish I could turn my camera. It took me a long time to set this up, so I'm not sorry. You're gonna have to trust me. So in that, I was like, okay, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna do something. That got me fired up, right? Then I was reading in this other book because I switch between books because I focus better that way. So I jump and then I go back. Anyway, that's another topic. So then I was reading And You Are a Bad Ass. I don't cuss, but You Are a Badass by Sincero. And y'all, in that book, it also said, do something. And I was like, what? Holy crap. Okay, this is confirmation for me. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna take steps and do something. If y'all have read either one of those books and you feel me on that they are fire, comment below and let me know. They are so good, so good. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do something. I don't know what to do. Then randomly, my buddy reached out to me. It was like, Tiffany, we need to go get going on some Forkakui apparel. So if you have your logo, send it to me. I'm gonna send it to my friend and we're gonna get going on some shirts. And I'm like, okay, and just that little bit of encouragement was like, oh, okay, something's rolling, right? It's building on itself. I'm like, cool, let's do that. So we got that going, right? More personal development. I read, Where Do You Get Stuck? And I was like, let me tell you, so I thought of all those places where I got stuck. And then it says, when you figure out what those places are, get help, basically. Hire somebody, spend the money, reach out to a friend, like do something in those areas that you get stuck in. I was like, okay. Let me do this. So I reached out to a friend to ask about a certain topic, and I reached out to another friend that had businesses to ask for something else, and then I reached out to another friend for something else. So I reached out to 3 people. 2 of those things didn't work out, right? But I was rolling, right? One of them was just my accountability partner. Laura, I love you. Thank you. You've been a huge help to me. And so then now I have an accountability partner that we're going to be keeping each other accountable. Okay, that's something else that's rolling, right? So then, more personal development. I read, God will call you to do something bigger than yourself. And I'm like, well, that's perfect because I don't know what I'm doing, but it's like all this stuff is just like building on each other. Okay. Then my accountability check-in, reach out to Laura again. She starts asking me questions. Let's talk about your why. Let's talk about, and I've done this in the early stages. I've already done this, right? But she hits on other topics. Okay, what about this? What are we doing with this? What's this? Got those juices going, right? Then that reminded me of a program that I did in the past that I stopped doing. Just, I think a major life happened, and so I stopped doing it. But I remembered about that program, and I loved it because it was step by step. It had like marketing, step by step, social media, step, like all these things, and you could check it off once you've completed it. And I'm huge with checking things off. Like I have a running list, and when I get to delete that, cross it out, well, it's in my phone, so I just delete it. It makes me feel so good. So I remember liking everything about that program, and to having that accountability partner jogged that memory. And I'm like, oh my gosh, let me go find that. Looked it up online, found it, signed up for it. Okay. I was like, I got to spend the money, like I need to do something. And it really wasn't a lot, but so I did that. Then that got me really excited about like learning about affiliate marketing, branding, and like working with brands, and like, you can do all these things and they'll line up with what I'm passionate about. And I'm like, yes, let's go. Then I did a photo shoot with one of my friends that was getting her business going. So it helped her out, it helped me out, so I did that so that I'd have pictures to post, so I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Again, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. Okay. Then I did that. Then I had, I don't even remember the question, but I had a question. So I Googled it and I looked it up, and this video popped up that was from YouTube, and I watched it and I was like, oh, this is great content. I really like how he talks. So I went and found him on YouTube, and it's called Think Media. And then I just started loving all their content, just digesting it, whatever. I was just trying to get it all in because it was so good, and I really love them, and I learned so much. And like I was getting excited about YouTube because I like video. I like being behind a video, and this is a great way for me to hit both of the things I love: helping people, like with personal development, building people up mentally and spiritually, right? And then my workouts behind the video, I can do programs, and I can do my double shots that I have. Like, it's just perfect. So it's all, I was getting stoked about YouTube, and I was like learning all the things about YouTube. And then I was like learning how to make my videos better, what I need to do, just hit record, right? Think Media. I learned that, and so it's just one thing builds on itself and leads to the next thing. So you guys, the answer is you just have to do something. You may not even know if it's the right direction, but it is a direction. So you will either take that and it'll lead you somewhere else, right? Stepping stone. Or you'll find out what not to do and go a different direction. And that's still learning and growth, learning what not to do. So that's not failure. That is learning and growing. Okay? So you just have to do something. Y'all, momentum is huge. It plays on itself. Imagine a car, okay? I heard this from Andrew Womack. Imagine a car, right? It's stopped completely. You can't do anything with that car. You can't steer it anywhere, right? But if you start pushing it and giving it a little momentum, you can start steering that car in certain directions, okay? All you need is a little momentum. Then that momentum picks up, right? And now you're cruising, right? Now you're like, yes, I'm in my groove and I'm going places. So, y'all, take my advice and just do something. Even if you don't know what to do, even if you have to cry, even if you have to pick yourself back up off the floor, get up and go do something. Anything. Do something to reach whatever it is that you have, that you've been wanting to obtain, whether that's going after your own business, like me, whether it's going after a fitness goal, right? Or, nutrition goal, or like making more time for your family and you can't figure out how to do that. Keep going, keep trying. Look, you just gotta keep going and do something, okay? I hope y'all take those words and run with it, because it is a big deal, you guys. So I hope y'all got a lot from today. If you're interested in those 2 books that I mentioned, The Final Summit by Andy Andrews and You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, I'm going to link them in my description below so y'all can click on those and go check them out yourselves. They're huge. I've already read it once and I'm halfway through reading it a second time, You Are a Badass, because it's so good. So if y'all are interested, go check those out. Thanks for joining me today. I hope y'all are getting a lot from these. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see y'all next time. Love you guys.